something else also began happening. I've always been very, very keen on developing myself. And I started following a gentleman that he's now the late. He's called Jim Rohns. Jim Rohns. Those days there was not much of the social media stuff. There was no YouTube. The only way to communicate was via email. So he used to send an email every day. And I would read it every day in the morning, and it had action points. So I started personal development. That was now where I began with personal development.
That was his forte.
That is forte. He was a motivational speaker, very centered on God. That was one thing that I liked about him. But he had this thing of influencing my life, even though I never met him in person, and making me a better person. So I started doing all this personal development. I'm reading all these books on personal development. I started implementing something that I used to call small changes, big results. And what it meant is, if you do something every day for 15 minutes, for 360 days, you will hardly find someone who can compete with you after 360 days. You know, and I would read like 5 books at the same time, you know, and each book is 15 minutes. And each book was like giving me something different. It was like a nutrition, you know. So I had this thing, and I started waking up. I'm waking up at 6. Time was no longer enough. I wake up at 5 is no longer enough. I wake up at 4. And now it's like 3, I started getting sick. So my body was just getting sick. There was just something wrong about me waking up at 3. But I had so much to do before I get to the office. And it set me on a very serious personal growth trajectory. I was so confident. In fact, it's like I just discovered the power of the potential in me was even scary. You know, it was scary. So he helped me now to even start setting goals and how to implement them personally. You know, not my personal, not those things you do in the office.
Yes, I get.
Character. So character became a big thing for me. So I stayed in AR until 2003.
At this time, are you still living at home?
I'm still living
First
at home.
job. Now you're the breadwinner.
I'm the breadwinner.
Whoa.
I'm the breadwinner.
But that, on the other hand, you're a step closer to getting your family out of this thing. You've started.
Yes.
You started. Remember in the beginning when you're telling us part of the goals was, how do I fix this problem?
Yes. So it was clear. I'm the breadwinner.
How did it feel to finally make that, to go back to make money?
It was extremely liberating, not for myself, but for my entire family. I saw how my mom worked so hard, my dad, how he struggled, and it was like this dark cloud was suddenly lifting. You know, it was suddenly lifting. There was something happening that was for once positive after a long time. After a long time. By the when I got admitted into university, there are people who said I will never join it because my parents can't afford. But God did it. In university too, also I got bursary.
What? Because of your performance and your application for it.
I mean, it was just, I was a needy case from the entry point. You know?
Help. You got help.
You get help was, you know, the way it was, they used to disburse, it was according to your needs. So I got the highest allocation.
Which meant full scholarship.
At least For most of it.
Yes.
For most of it.
Oh, that's powerful. Let's take a few minutes to talk about help.
Yeah.
I've been fortunate, and I realized that later on that not to need that because of my parents' financial situation, but explain to me help, like and the impact that it has in society.
I'm telling you, if there was no help, you will not be seeing some of the amazing lawyers you were seeing during the Supreme Court petition. Many of the great minds have come through because of that support from help. And it's a very noble idea, and that's why it's so important for us to honor our debt.
I was going to bring that up. To pay it, basically pay back.
Pay back because
you're holding something for someone else.
And for me, I started paying it from my first salary.
No way.
Yeah, from my first salary, we're paying help. So it helped to, to avoid this thing of trying to talk to who is who and who is who to help you, and burden someone. Now you're getting help from an institution, and you also have a responsibility to pay it back. So you also need to make good of it, So that was for me. It was critical.
Yes.
For me to be able to go to university.
It is.
It was necessary. It was a survival kit. Yeah.
And it moved a weight off your shoulders.
Yes, but let me say this also. What people don't know is that there are also very many people who use help to help their families.
What?
Yes.
Because the stipend that you get.
Yeah, that stipend, it becomes critical for it can be critical for your family. So it has probably served more than what even it was supposed to serve.
That's powerful to hear. Okay, so you say you're at AR. I can see your character being formed in AR. I can see.
So now, for me, AR was a character formation phase.
Okay.
Conscious character formation. Then something also happened when I was at AR.
Just before that, this email conversation that you were having, these emails that you were getting,
Jim Ron, yes.
Jim Ron, were you replying and then he?
It was
like a newsletter.
It was like a newsletter with work to do. With two people.
Actionable points.
Actionable points. So it started transforming my mind. It started opening possibilities in my mind. It started making me to ask myself questions like, if I want to be a CEO, what do I need to do?
Okay.
I remember it pushed me. I ended up reading the book, Act Like a CEO.
Ooh.
And this idea of CEO now was like in my mind when I was in my 20s.
Yeah. Pius, you know what's so powerful? Every stage of your life, in fact, I was just about to ask you, now that you've gotten a job, because remember, every stage you tell me there's a next stage.
Yeah.
So in university, you said that your next stage was getting the degree.
Yes.
So that you could get the job.
Yes.
So now in this stage of getting the job as an employee,
yes.
Now your goal becomes, I want to be CEO.
And more than that, it was a character development.
Okay.
It was a character. CEO was a good goal, but I was more amazed by the ability of me influencing my character development. You get it?
I get it.
A better person, a good person, this kind of stature, So I finished university in 2001, 2002. I got born again.
2002?
Yes.
Conscious decision. So before all this time,
I was the good guy who even the ladies in ICU would want to come with me to join the ICU.
In
CU. I had a lot of guys in CU telling Pius, just come and join. As in,
No way.
But I was this guy I'm a staunch Catholic guy, And
yes.
I had a girlfriend in university. And she used to come to my Catholic church. So when I left university, she invited me to their church. and it was a Pentecostal. And I didn't have any defense because she accompanied me to Catholic church. So now I didn't have any defense. So I went to the church and I'm like, wow, that word, it was mine. Then the following Sunday I said, I want to come to that church again, Nairobi Lighthouse Church. I'm like, wow. I started going to Nairobi Lighthouse Church. That was another turning point in my life.
Oh man. Rebecca Don's dad, is that the one? Mathini.
Pastor Don.
Yes, Pastor Don.
Mathini.
Yes.
Pastor Don Mathini.
Yeah.
So I started going to Nairobi Lighthouse Church. I'm not born again yet, but I'm going to Nairobi Lighthouse Church. And now I'm coming from a family where generations have been going to, are staunch Catholics. So back at home, mom is like, what is going on? And I'm like, Mom, I'm just finding this is where I'm growing. And she kept reminding me, you know, our family, this is our background. This is where, we are Catholics.
This is who we are.
This is who we are. So we had
another conflict.
A conflict. But April 2002, I went to Sitam Karen, and they were showing this. They had this event which they do every year. Is it
Heaven's Gates and Hell's Flames?
Yes.
Heaven's Gates and Hell's Flames.
So I sat, I listened. They called the altar call. I ran. I did not want my girlfriend was sitting there. I said, I can't even ask her.
I'm out.
I'm going. I went. I got born again. That was huge. Huge turning point in my life. I call it the first best decision of my life.
The first best decision of your life.
The first best decision of my life. Because I used to go to church. I used to be a good person. But this time I chose God for myself. And I started pursuing him myself. And my mom was like, oh, you know, this, that. And then she started seeing me waking up every day in the morning. I'm reading the Bible. Something she'd never seen before. And she's like, wow, this guy is changing.
The fruits are the fruits.
This guy is changing. So she stopped fighting me. She started liking what I was doing and who I was becoming.
Yes.
And who I was becoming. And
let me see this pass. The whole time you've given your story, like to somebody who doesn't understand the concept of being born again versus not being born again, you sounded like somebody who was born again all throughout.
Yes.
You get?
Yes.
Because of you're good, you are obedient, you are saying no to the club, you are doing this, you are studying.
Yes.
So even when you said now in 2002 is when you got born again, I'm like, hold up. I thought that happened when you were, you know.
No. And I had seen so many people who were born again, in quotes. But mine, I told God, I don't want to be called born again for the sake of being called born again. It's not for show off. I want to have a real testimony that I'm a born again Christian. So it was a very weighty decision for me. And changes started immediately.
Let me also add and say, when you watch Heaven's Gates and Hell's Flames, it's a terrifying play. In that it shows you where your life will go if you've not made this Christ decision. So sometimes a lot of people make that decision out of the fear and then revert to default settings of where they were in terms of no lifestyle change. What I love about what I'm hearing from your story, you even, like, it was very conscious what you were doing.
And it was going to bring real changes into my life. And those changes had costs, including the girlfriend who took me to
be
born again.
Bring on the juice. What?
So that was my journey. So can you imagine, actually, when I'm just thinking about it now. Now I'm crossing town on foot.
From Sabiton.
From Sabiton. I'm crossing town on foot. Actually, what was that now? 5 o'clock. So I'm opening Pasar at 6. I have to be there by 6, open it up, working. It was really good. And then around that time, I think is when I met my ex.
So, okay, you meet your ex. This is around 90-something. Of course, it's 90-something.
You will try to make me. It's 90-something because, 90-something.
So, you're working at this place, but it's just to get the money.
Pasara?
Yeah, but actually, let me be honest. I've not heard you say you've not enjoyed working at any place.
No, I've enjoyed it, and so what I wanted to do was hospitality.
Yeah.
So all these are different expressions of hospitality. I worked in housekeeping at Mount Kenya. I worked in the UK. In the UK, I was a room steward. So I used to clean rooms over summer. The summers, I was not allowed to go back home.
Yeah.
I've worked in central London as a room steward. I've worked in, I think it was Brighton, in a hotel there. So I've really, and I love working in the hospitality space and being around people. Different elements of it was really good. And I'd liked some front-facing, some kitchen. So I'm working and I'm happy. So now I'm managing a restaurant, a sandwich market, and it's really good. And I'm really having a great time. And it's also, we just used not to work on Sundays, and we don't work late nights. So I think we used to open at 6 and close around 6 or 7, and it was fun. Met some interesting people, learned how to run a business. It was good.
Did Chris Kirubi ever come there? Or that time he didn't? Oh no, he didn't own Laundry House at that time.
He didn't own, I didn't own Laundry House at that time.
Or Capital FM, I remember, was there. So he didn't own it.
Capital FM was there, I think on the 20th floor. Was it something? I can't remember, but it was there.
So you meet your ex. You're not saved, you're not in church or anything at this time. You're just a partisan. Okay, so what happens there for you now? How soon after do you get your child?
Oh, Richie, can I remember? I know Althea was born in December, and then we got married the next April. So maybe that 1 year.
Okay.
Oh, actually, it was my cousin's wedding the December before, which I can't remember which year, but the December before. And that's where I met him. And then we sort of, it's not even courting. It's just dating and partying. It's partying. And then I found out I'm pregnant. And then we decided, we actually had a conversation about we can't just get married because I'm pregnant. But I don't know how it happened. We ended up getting married now the next year in April.
And did you want to get married?
I don't know.
You're
Planless
cruising.
people. So we're just cruising. You're not understanding happenstance? Which part of happenstance aren't you understanding?
No, I am.
A situation has arrived. You see, we even talked about not getting married just because we have a child.
Yes.
But somehow we end up getting married. So I don't know how that is, and I don't know how to answer that question.
No, by the way, I completely understand it. Again, if with you, I have to switch off this person that I know, and I have to let the story tell itself.
Because now you're referring to me now. That was not me.
You're literally being taken as the wind. And now what the wind has taken you to is a child.
It's a child. Now I'm
and
pregnant.
now that child is now taking you into a marriage.
Yes.
Wow.
Of which I have no idea. And we've both been able to say this to Althea. We said it to her when she was around 25. We told her, we had no business getting married because we didn't know what marriage was. So you see, we have come to that conclusion. Did we know what marriage was? No. So why are you getting married? But so we tried to give her these lessons. We told her, listen, you must understand what marriage is before you get into that.
Wow.
That marriage thing, that covenant. You need to understand. And you can't just, because as it was again happenstance.
And now what happens when you find out you're pregnant?
See, I have to give birth to this child called out there.
And because there's no excitement about this. It's again part of it's just taking you.
It's part of life. Something has happened. Now I'm pregnant. It's exciting. It's okay. But when I think about it now, I should have been more scared than excited. I can hardly take care of myself. How am I bringing another human being into this world? That should have been my reality. But I think life had happened and we had winged it, so we'll wing it. Yeah,
wow.
Yeah.
Like this story, you've been winging it for a while.
And imagine in that pregnant state, I'm still crossing town at 5 a.m. And at 6 p.m., you know, this is crazy when I think about it. Still taking matatus. Actually, the matatu guys, number 12, they used to start screaming, Mama Namai, Mama, of course, I'm heavy. I'm 8, 9 months. And they even have to pry me onto the matatu. Yeah. So life is continuing.
And you're catching maths?
Yes, I'm catching maths. There are no more cars. I'm catching maths. And I'm working up to the last minute.
So now you get your daughter. And does that slap you? Does that be like, okay, something has to shift now?
Yeah. So life now has slowed down. Not actually, the beginning of the end of party. It is the beginning of the end of partying and opening up your eyes and, yeah, there's another life here that's not about party, because I told you the problem was that was my lifestyle. That's all I knew. I didn't know anything else.
You had a degree and a master's and a PhD in partying.
Yeah, that's all I knew. Let's party. Imagine, that's what we did. That's my socialization.
I completely understand.
And my culturalization. There was no other. That was it.
Everything revolves around this thing.
Around this thing.
You work to get the finances to party. Your free time is an opportunity to party. You sleep after partying to rest to party.
Yes.
Your friends that you have party. The relationship that you're getting into.
From the party. So actually having Althea, first of all, how I even found out I'm pregnant is I drank a beer and I threw up. So end of drinking, end of partying. Because you're carrying another human being, you have to bring her into this world. Even smoking, I stopped smoking, which was one of the hardest things, because I still went back to it, but it was very hard.
At that time?
Me, I couldn't imagine my life without smoking. I can imagine life without everything else, but not smoking.
Because even in church, you were smoking at the time.
Yes.
But we'll come to that. Okay, so now you get this child. I just want, like, honesty, if the child doesn't, did you get a reality check and be like, hiya, my life needs to change?
Yes. It's not my life changed. So you see part in that flow, life changed. I have to be home, I have to take care of her. There's another responsibility I have, which is quite a big responsibility. It's a child. So it's not even like you had a meeting with yourself, you just change happens. You have to be home. It was so hard to leave her, even after, I think we get 3 months of maternity. It was so hard to leave her. And to father, and I don't know if we had phones even. You left the child in the morning, you came back in the evening and pray there's a child and everything is okay.
Yeah.
It was quite a shift and a turning. Yeah.
And do you do an introspection in this whole mix, or your focus now has just shifted to the child?
The focus is shifted to the child and to the marriage, and then of course to the husband who is still partying. So that's a problem.
So you've changed.
Yes.
But but then now you're trying to communicate.
Yeah, I'm like shocked.
But
traumatized. What do you mean you're still partying? Yeah, he's still partying. So very many problems because of that.
Or you're becoming somebody new.
Yeah.
Not by communication, just by the default of the child coming in.
I've become a mother. So there's a level of responsibility now that I need to engage in.
And because this child needs you in terms of, like, this, you know what I mean? They need you more than the heart of the father. Not to say they don't need the father.
But the child needs me more.
Yes.
And I've got to get organized. I need to get people who are helping. I need to get her food right. I need to make sure she's had her bath, she's eaten. Yeah.
Wow. So actually, this let me ask this question. What happens, what advice would you have, or what would not even advice, what would you say to people who change is happening to one partner and drastic change? So for example, me, I've become Christian. You're still non-Christian, but we got together when we were both non-Christians. Stop trying to bring me into your world. What advice do you have when drastic change, or one person is changing and the other is not?
You have to be able to communicate, and you have to give the other person time, because that happens a lot. It happens a lot. You find couples who one person gets born again and then the other person is not born again, and then you're frustrated by their behavior, but it's you who got born again. You're the one who changed. And it could be anything, any kind of change. You became a mother. You're finding yourself. You have introspection. You're changing your life. You can't force the other person on it. But I think you should have conversations about it and have open conversations and give people the space to change, because it brings a lot of pressure.
Wow, I can imagine you. Because your
brings a lot of
personality hasn't changed.
My personality has not changed.
So you must have been on his case.
I was on his case like way.
You're not the best person to be in their bad books.
I'm not the best person. So you know me. The drama was excessive.
Let's not enter your bad books.
The drama was for drama. Yeah. But you see, we're not understanding it. Again, I don't know. I guess nobody taught us. I don't know. I don't know who told us about marriage and what marriage is, and this is it was just an expectation. You were supposed to get married at some point. So you do, but you really haven't thought it through.
Wow. So, okay. Are you still working at this same place?
I'm working at Pasara, and at some point I moved to Air Kenya. So I'm trying to figure out when that happened. At some point I moved to Air Kenya. I stopped working at Pasara and I moved to Air Kenya. Air Kenya was setting up a coffee shop, and they just had this space, and it was very exciting because it was just an empty space. So I planned the workflow for the kitchen.
And are you being poached? Are they now coming and taking
There was an advertisement again in the newspaper. I applied, went and got the job.
Okay. I'm trying to understand this dynamic of you've become a mother. So the thing that has taken your time when you're not partying is motherhood.
Yes. No more partying now has begun to fizzle out.
Even the want for it.
I think so. The taste, there's a turn. I'd still go. I'd still go out, but with a plan. Like I'd come home, make sure the child is eaten.
Have you said the P word?
The word plan. There is the P word, Richie. There it is. I'm telling you. So come home, make sure she's okay, eat it, then maybe go out. But even the frequency of going out was not as much.
Yeah, because you can't be coming home at 4 a.m.
And then I've got to go to work, and I've got a responsibility here. But I still partied. And even as she got older, there's a place now, even when the marriage ended, where I really went all in. Back in.
So, well, this sounds like a very difficult time of your life, because there's change. You've got this work job that you're doing, but there's a lot of turmoil at home, and then there's motherhood. So, how long did you remain married?
6.5 years.
That's a long time.
Yeah. 6.5 years.
Wow. Do you think it could have worked?
I think so. I'm always telling people. Sometimes I think I confuse people. I wonder, but those are my thoughts. Even today, I was like, it's okay. My life is an oxymoron. I think it could have worked. I always tell people, ride out whatever storm is there, or the wave, ride it out, or the season. You have to understand the season and ride it out. I think it could have worked. I think marriage can work once you have the right perspective, and if both of you want it, then you can make it work. But I believe that everything is workable. But then again, when I look at the foundation, was the foundation right? Maybe not. But I think God can work anything and work any miracle. I think he can. I think it could have worked. He just needed some communication, a plan, and some communication. We did talk about it.
Yeah.
But at that time, we didn't really talk about what we were feeling and all that. And when I look at him, he was trying to build himself, and I didn't understand that. He was trying to build himself, and he did. He built himself. But me, I was like,
what did you want?
I wasn't understanding.
I'm trying to figure out.
I wanted time. You know those love languages? Yeah.
Yes.
Me, I wanted time. Time is very important for me. I wanted time, I wanted gifts and acts of service. Those are the things that ministered to my spirit and my heart, even at that time. So he's trying to build himself and build something and be able to pay all the bills and everything. You know me, I've just been, apart from the small stint of where I figured out myself, things were paid for me. I mean, it's a very short time where I need to pay out the rent, buy food and all that. Everything else was done.
And isn't that, what you've said there so powerful? Isn't that, you come into a marriage with your father?
With your whole family and your whole background and your whole culture. Because even with him, I can say one of the things he used to think my father favors me, spoils me, all these things. But now he's doing it with Althea. So we're like, same WhatsApp group. What's happening here? So now he can see it. And I like even that she points it out to him as well. Because there's a place where he felt I'm just a spoiled rich brat, which I was.
She was, yes.
I was, but there's always a but. You don't have to push it in my face. But I was.
Yeah.
Daddy did everything. And I was daddy's girl. So don't mess with daddy's girl. You mess with daddy's girl. And my dad is very quiet, but he's got a deal. He gonna deal with this thing. You don't want to give him stress here. Leave my child. If you don't need her, just leave her here. What's the problem? So that defense. But now sometimes I'll hear Althea having conversation with him like, you're also trying to make it. You've made it, and you're also spoiling me. Althea is spoiled brat number 1 times 100. Yeah. So why can't you see that with? So she helps because why can't you see that with her dad, mom, and her dad and her mom, and her dad? That's the way she was.
And let me ask this one: where is the? And this is a double-edged sword. Where, when it comes to marriage, what would you say about the parents getting involved? So, for example, the son too much with mommy, or the daughter too much with daddy.
It's a very dangerous thing, and you really must look at it because even your parents can interfere because there are things they want for you. They want to protect you. They want everything to work for them, for you. But there's a place you have to let the children now figure it out, and you have to step away. Like my mom had this rule when her sons got married, she wouldn't go anywhere near their home for about 3 or 4 years. Now it makes sense. So that she doesn't go, a fight erupts, that's what she should say. So she won't go. So you guys form yourself, get into rhythm. Then I can come because it's going to cause problems. So, and then I think also you also have to understand the perspective that you can't wipe that out. You can't wipe out the relationship the son has had with his mother or the daughter and her father. There's actually been time and relationship and investment. So how are you just going to wipe it out? But you find ways to have conversations around it and how to handle it. And one of the things I always advise people is everyone should handle difficult business with their own family. There's a way, I love Matu, but there's a way now, my investment and love in Althea is something else. Because, so when they do something, I'll deal with Althea and it will be okay. Like we'll deal and get back quickly, isn't it? Bounce back quickly. Whereas with my son-in-law, I might be like, I don't know, you know? So Althea should deal with me and her dad. And Matu, if his parents were here, but he still has people who oppose, let him deal with them. Don't get involved. Don't get into the process because it's a relationship. Or try to understand the foundation of this relationship is deep. It's deep and it's been very many years.
And that's such a beautiful thing that you're saying. And just to dig deeper into this, where does letting go come for you? Because I can imagine this girl. You're telling me how she started changing your life. I mean, she's the first time you've mentioned the P word, plan.
It's a good thing. She got a plan.
Yes,
but let me tell you, Althea getting married almost killed me, Richie. Dead. You know, I exaggerate things. I almost died. My heart almost stopped. The day of the wedding, I don't even know what happened in that wedding. It needs to be repeated because I don't know. And I don't do this. People have videos for weddings. I don't know. Yani, I felt like when she got proposed to, I was okay. Yay! Woo! We got engaged. Oh, wait. Hey? Event started. Kwanzaa, it's the first time, he might not like, but I saw her father cry. First time. Even that's what, you know what, hey, okay. What do we do now? Her dad was emotional. The first event, he wept. Hey? So he's weeping. Also, Althea has never seen her father cry. So she's weeping. The drama is excess. As we went on, me, Kwanzaa, like the wedding day, I didn't even speak. I felt like, you see, the thing is, this child, that's what I'm telling you, you're just saying what happens, but this is a deep things. I looked after Althea for 28 years. There's a bond. And still there's drama and we fight a lot, but there's a bond. I couldn't imagine handing her over.
So this guy she met a couple of...
And thank God I liked the guy. You
Yeah.
can imagine if I can't even fathom if you don't like the guy. That one I cannot even. Hiyo siwezi kukwambia vile itaenda. I love Matu.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing gentleman. Even the way I met him, he's an incredible guy.
Yeah.
Now imagine if the person is not incredible. I cannot say incredible guy. But the thing is, the shock was, and it was going through my system, it's normal. I have nurtured this human being for 28 years. What do you mean she's going? Where is she going? And she's not even going far. Do you know the day I cried so much? The day after the wedding, I cried so much. Matu brought her. He brought. He said, "Mom, here she is. Where are we going?" Let me tell you.
Wow.
Your heart is palpitating. I'm telling you, you feel like your heart is going to stop. You're sweating. It's not normal because it's not a normal function. You've been responsible for this person. It's like a tearing away. And yet really she's not going far. My mom was telling me to stop the drama because when they were getting married and my grandparents were getting married, you never saw that person again. Yes. If they got married to another village, you never saw that person again. So my mom is like, please, the child lives down the road. What is the problem? I'm like, leave me alone, Mom. Leave me alone with my feelings. So it was heart palpitations, and people think it's a joke. It was heart palpitations. It was crazy. Okay. It was really crazy. But the thing is, time is going to tell. So Matu, they've had a great marriage. They have some of the ups and downs, but they are okay. They are good. And then I go. You know, now I'm accepted. Thank God Matu likes me as well. So it also goes both ways. Yeah. So I'm accepted. So I spend a lot of time with them, you know, or as much time as I can. And then they gave me the greatest gift, which is my granddaughter. That is the gift. That is the gift. That's my next handbag. If I didn't let go. So you have to let go. And then you have to, Althea kept telling me, which is true, and I hear people saying that, you have to trust what you deposited in me all these years. Wow. You have to trust it. Mom, with all your drama, with all your cunningness, you have to trust it. You have to trust that I made the right decision. Yeah, you have to trust. Yeah. But it's a hard one. Richie.
My daughter
you have two girls. Richie.
Hey, wait,
Richie, prepare thyself. Prepare thyself. It is hard. And to hand them over. Now I can imagine me, I'm just a mother. I'm a father. To hand over that responsibility to somebody else? Well, it was not easy.
Okay. So back to you. The plan now, at least I'm hearing it, is revolving around this daughter that you're getting, this child that you've gotten. But the marriage is not working.
The marriage is not working.
And you're not even equipped to make the marriage work.
We are, both of us, and we're growing apart. So that's how you have to be very careful. You must nip growing apart in the bud very quickly. Because it just happens. It's a divide that happens, and you begin to do different things. You have different interests. People go out and do different things. So it's just a divide that happens. But the advice I'd give someone is make sure any divide that you see, any way that you're growing apart, make sure you cause it to come back together very quickly.
But I want to dwell here a bit. I don't, I hear guys when I'm like, okay, so you guys are divorced. So how are you living in separate beds? Yeah, we've been living in separate beds for like about 6 years. I'm like, I don't understand that. I can't fathom coming into a house and seeing the person. So I don't even know how that's happened. So, but what are the signs for somebody to begin to know that they are drifting apart?
You start having different interests. You start doing different things. You're not spending as much time together as you did. Are you talking though? Yeah, us guys are talking, but people are doing different things. And you see, so some of them would come about. You see, I was also we're also all party animals, so we're all partying. Then it's not his fault that I can't party, but I don't want him to party. But he keeps partying. But then, like Sunday, that's another thing. The same people who are not going to church now, you have a child. So you have to take the child to church. That was my thought. I was given the option. I was taken to church. So I cannot surely raise another human being here. I won't take them to church, so I'm going to church on Sunday.
So that's now when you start going back to church.
Yes, and I'm going for her. It is her I'm taking back to church to give her the option.
When she's how old? This 3, 4?
Even 2, 3.
2, 3 at this time.
She has good church.
So where do you start taking a church?
To St. Paul's, with the Catholics.
Yeah.
Then from there to Nairobi Chapel. Nairobi Chapel was at Mamlaka, where Mamlaka is. So you start going
This child
that way.
became your reason for existence.
Actually, how you see the grace of God, when I go with her to St. Paul's, she wouldn't go to Sunday school. And she'd cross the child. Now there's various many safety. She'd cross from Sunday school to the church and find me. I don't understand now, like, what's wrong with this child? So she wouldn't go. When I went to Nairobi Chapel, I couldn't get her out of Sunday school to remove her. No. And so now the thing was cemented. This is what I don't know. This is now my journey with God. It has started. I told you the turning point, number 1, party after party, child, stop. Next was now church, because now she loved going to church. So every Sunday, I have to take her to church.
And then
so she's part of my journey. And you know her name means healing. Alte means healing. From a book, In a Drunken Stupor. Just know Jesus loves me. Jesus! Richie, if Jesus loves her, my picture should be there, standing there. I am the poster child for Jesus loves somebody. It was a book. It had 10,000 baby names. We came up with 3 names. Both her and my dad. So it was Althea, Jasmine, or Kezia. And we chose Althea. And Althea has, when I look at my journey, God used her for my healing journey and to bring me back, to bring me to God. Because now the child starts going to Sunday school. And I have to bring her to Sunday school. It even starts more soberness. So I told you I'm there partying. Some more partying is there. Partying is coming and going. But now I start not drinking on Saturdays. Because she's part of my journey. So on Sunday, niwache kusumbua watu kwa church. Smelling like madness. Smelling of smoke. I've never smelled stale smoke and alcohol. And that time I'm giving people eyes in church like, were you buying the alcohol? Did you come for your Jesus? Look there. I'm a mess. I wish I had photos. I'm a hot mess, Richie. I came in at 4 a.m. I'm smelling of alcohol. I probably had some cigarettes in the morning. It's just disaster. But I brought my child to church. And I have to come and take her to church.
So this
because she loves the Sunday school.
Is on Mamlaka?
Is on Mamlaka.
Near the university?
Yes.
So you are literally coming just for her?
Yeah. Because my head is true, good socialization and upbringing. You were given an opportunity to go to church. You have to give your child the same opportunity.
Wow.
We cannot all sleep on Sunday. That is... What is that? No. Church. So some people are not going to church. So church now, we go to church. Then we don't end up doing something together, like probably we go for lunch.
Yeah.
So by the time I'm coming up, other people wameamka, hangovers wameenda. So you just start drifting. So you will notice that you're drifting, that you're not spending time together, that you don't have the same interest that you had. Yeah.
May I say it's one? Are you having sex?
I guess so. That's a good one.
It's like you've gone...
Because it's the connection.
What do you mean?
But I think you as a man would say that. You know, women, sex is so much more than just that sex. It's a connection. It's coming from a place of connection, which is the whole day.
Exactly.
It's not just that moment. But for guys also, I think guys just have, when you have sex, you think everything is okay. You can be having sex, but everything is not okay.
No, but then
you can be having intimacy
I
and
agree,
things
I
are not
agree.
okay.
Yeah,
There's a way that men are wired to think this is okay, but women are like, no. But then again, I saw even another day, we did just Angie, Althea and her friends, and there was an element of compartmentalize that thing. Yeah, so it doesn't affect everything. But for women, it's everything.
But I'll say, and maybe I'm selling out the dudes here, dudes don't not have sex.
Dudes don't?
Not have sex.
Yeah.
So if they're not having sex with
they're
you...
having it somewhere else.
And that's what I'm saying. Sex is a telltale sign.
Yeah. But you could be having it everywhere. Me, I've seen it all.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You could be having it everywhere. You're not moved. But you grow apart in other things. So activities, like I told you, look at your love language.
You're coming
time.
Home.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. You're coming home, but I haven't been with you all day.
Now,
I don't know where you are. Everybody has done their own thing. So what we're talking about is the apart gap.
Do we talk
yes, but there's a gap now.
Oh, I get it. That's how it starts.
We have different interests. You immediately you start forming different. Identify whatever the gap is. Different interests. Maybe you're not having such deep conversations anymore. Things that used to be fun, that used to do together. Those are things that you need to look at and figure out whether what is happening here. Because the more you left that rift grow, the harder it is to come back. I mean, I've seen thousands of couples who are divorced and all that. If you ask them what the reasons are, the reasons sound so flimsy. But it's because they allowed a divide.
So
they allowed separation. So the more you allow that divide, so everybody's living their own life, it's even easier. Yeah, okay, everyone go their own way, fine, good. But then again, there are people who stay together forever until the kids, I don't know, grow up. There's some logic like that. Me, I couldn't do that. Me, I'm like, it's done, let's go. But then again, maybe you shouldn't have done it so quickly. You should have seen how far, how is this thing going to go?
Are you the one who asked for it now?
At the end, after 8 years, we separated. And for the 8 years, because now I'd become a Christian. So now it's like, now this man is going to cost me eternity and cost me having a husband here on earth. This can work, Lord. What do you want? So I did 8 years of prayer and fasting to know whether I should get a divorce. Because the Bible says God hates divorce. Can you imagine how confused I was now?
Hey, we are coming to that one. What are the ways, once you know the telltale signs that you're going apart, the gap is beginning to come, the ridge. What do you need to do to bring it together? And I don't mean sometimes even actions, but what state do you need to maybe get over? For example, maybe sit down and talk.
You see, now that's the problem.
Let go of pride. Whatever
Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
These are conversations I think that people who are not married need to have before, as you're courting, very important. And some need to happen now because maybe the first 5 years of marriage is when these divides, or even the first 3 years is when they happen. If you have no one who can sit you down, both of you, and you listen, that's the danger point.
Wow.
That's a very big point. I always say, a man who is not submitted to any authority, doesn't have to be a Christian, can be from any religion, just a man, or even no religion, has nobody who will tell him this, lay down the rule and say, this is the way we're going to go. That's a very dangerous man or woman. Very. You need to be able to submit. So before you decide who that counsel is, I met once a man of God from Nigeria, and he told me him and his wife, there are 3 mentor couples, and he fears those mentor couples. If his wife, because you see now Nigerians have a culture of honor. So if those 3 men summon him, kimeumana, and he has to listen. So here we have an element of self-made men who listen to no one. We have an element of children who have become wealthier than their parents. They're the financiers at home. Or you're the kingpin, you're the one who's providing for everyone.
Yeah.
You have no authority over your life. Very serious. Because you need to be able, somebody needs to sit you down. First, he told me that his wife has permission to go and see this at any time. Then they summon him. Then he sits. Then they discuss what's going to happen. Then they move. Because problems will come up in marriage. But you can't be your own authority. You can't be the be-all and end-all. You can't. You can't be the alpha and the omega. Stop. Where is your authority? Who do you submit? Who do you listen to? Because you see, there's a way. There are people who are older than you and wiser. Are you saying there's nobody older and wiser? You know everything? No. There has to be a voice that speaks to you. And sometimes understand who that voice is before you get married, or very early. Because once it imenda, hiyo ni ngumu. So hakuna mtu wa kuakalisha chini. It's not to sit down and say, okay, I'm laying down the law. This is what must happen. Yeah.
Wow. You got me thinking. Who can I call?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who would speak to you?
Kanji.
And you listen.
Kanji for
Kanji. Sure. Yeah. Everyone needs that. You need somebody who is not taking the BS. And they go, let me tell you, no. No. Give perspective. Listen to both sides and say, look, no. But if you have no one who will tell you, and there are so many people, especially in this country, who cannot be told anything.
But you know,
you are the CEO, you are the boss, you are boss at work, you are boss at home, you are the boss everywhere. Hey!
Hey, Pastor Angie,
Lazima. It's okay, you called me here. You not invited me here. And that's the thing with leadership, you see? Every leader must be submitted to somebody who can tell them.
Including presidents?
Everybody. I said everyone. You see now you're saying you're trying to exclude some people. Why are you trying to exclude some people? You need an authority. You need a place of reason. You need somebody that you can trust. You need a mentor. You need somebody who will say, and then you do. Because you see, it's different. Even when you're telling me,
Yes.
was I willing to listen? You must do action what they want. And then I think we have to also say what we want. I've seen many times women, because those are the people I interact with a lot, trying to love their spouse in their love language. You see, you're trying to get his attention by using your love language on him. No, we need to understand each other's love languages and use the love language on that person. And then I think we need to.
And it's not what is yours majority of the
Yeah,
time.
no, it's completely opposite. And then I think the other thing we need to do is also share what's going on. You see, like even this time when Arthur's dad was trying to build himself, he didn't share that much. I think he was expecting me to see, like, don't be silly. We're trying to build something here. But me, I can't see. Me, I'm the spoiled brat from Q now. What are we saying? Come on, let's do this. Yeah. So try to understand each other and try to understand what's going on in this person's life. Really going on.
Did you have people to talk to at that time?
No. Like who? No. That's another thing. I don't know why do people have best maids and best man? So every time I ask, so where's the couple that stood? I'm like, we don't even talk. I say, yeah. So why did you choose them as your best couple? Now look at people. So many Richie, you cannot imagine how many people have cancelled. And their best man and best man, they don't even talk. They still don't talk to them. So how is that helping the situation? Choose the people who are going to stand as a witness to you very wisely.
Wow.
Can they speak into your life? So we didn't have anybody who could talk to us. Strong-willed character. Who's going to talk to me? But even him, he has no one to speak to. No one can tell him.
And then there's that other level where you have no one you can go to speak to him who you both of you have agreed to listen to.
No.
That's another level. I really like
That's a
that
very
example
good-
you've given on Nigeria.
I have nobody that I can go and say. Or even him, he has nobody to go and say. Problem. It's another way that we expect people to figure it out. And this is not the space for figuring it out. Marriage is not for the faint-hearted, neither is it for the figuring out. Figuring out what? No.
Okay. Thank you for those nuggets. But we are still here. So now you've started going to chapel because this girl needs to go to Sunday school.
This girl
And
is
now she's fallen in love with Nairobi Chapel.
She won't even come out of the Sunday school.
Are you enjoying it?
I'm beginning to turn. But first I have an attitude.
So when the person is speaking,
I'm here because I have to be here. Because of my child. Children will make you do many things.
yeah.
But then the conversation started. And then I told you, even without my understanding, I started now saying, okay, I will not go out on Saturday so that I can bring her to church on Sunday. And I'm fully present, fully engaged, like that. So it started turning things around for me. And then I started listening. It took me a long time, but I listened. And then I finally gave my life to Christ.
Wait, by the time, why are you saying it took you a long time? Because you see, I'm thinking of somebody who's entered the church environment, but in the first time it's hit them.
No way. Hey, sisi ni kangumu. Now what a kangumu. Do you know how many demons are after me and were after my life? Please.
Or are in you at that time.
Are in me even. What do you mean? No way. It took forever for conviction to take place.
Okay, can you remember when conviction came? Or is there someone that you had, you're like, oh,
2004. It was Pastor M.
I like that?
Pastor M is my discipler.